Hello! Welcome to episode 89 of We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
Hang on, do that one more time.
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
One more time, Stephen. I feel like...
And I'm Stevie Wildcard. I'm Stevie Wildcard. Wildcard.
That was a good one.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
Well, the first time, every once in a while, you're like, just because it's probably my internet, but every once in a while, like you'll cut out for a second and then come back, and I have to edit it. And I was like, and it's fine during the conversation, but I feel like if it happens right with the intro, it's probably not great.
People aren't hearing my name. Hi, I'm Wildcard.
Like, I don't know who this is, but it's sexy and provocative, and I need to know. Every week, Steve Wildcard and I get together, and we do our best to take all of our issues, and we take pictures of them. One picture a day, day after day after day, until we just watch our issues fade and age and wither and eventually just fall into the dust and disappear so we can get something done. Most recently, we've been working on a supernatural action comedy comic book called Deathless, and we're making a lot of progress with it. We ran a crowdfunding campaign on Kickstarter, and it was super successful, and we're making a lot of progress in the book. Steven, we had a lot of stuff going on, Steven. This has been a rough week.
Yeah, it's been horrible.
Yeah. So for anyone who didn't get a chance to watch our recent episode, Steven and I lost a very close friend recently, and it's been rough. It's been rough. I think understandably so for both of us in many ways. Last week we basically didn't get anything done because, dealing with this and handling it. How did you do this week, dude? How did it go?
I'm on page 19 still, man. Like, I had like a really hard time like waking up, like sleep. I don't really ever perceive myself as like having or suffering from like depression and stuff like that. But like this like past week, like I found myself like sleeping a lot, like coming home from work and sleeping, like on Saturdays sleeping. But I'm just trying to get it all back together, and I plan on getting it back together. So like this past week, I think I did do another entire panel, but I still have to finish 19. But my goal this week, well, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I had a really hard time getting anything done this week and I'm sure you dealt with it too.
Yeah.
It's like some days I would just feel like apathetic, like just not bad, basically. Like apathy is like the best feeling to have from this, like where I would just not feeling anything.
Right.
But then I would have those moments, man, where certain songs would come on, or like, or I would think about certain things, and I would just have a hard time for like 15, 20 minutes. And then, it's like, it was just back and forth all week,
Yeah. Just coming in weird bursts and waves and that kind of thing. That's exactly what was happening with me all week. And it was, dude, it's strange. Mourning and grief, it's always so odd to go through it at all, but it's been really weird this week to kind of like try to, I had to go to work. I have to talk to people. I have to interact with people who are having a bad day for one reason or another. And I have to remember that like their problems subjectively are just as valid and important as whatever's going on internally for me. Not easy. That's not freaking easy to do. It is not easy to reconcile like someone basically yelling at you over like 10% difference in price while you're like sitting here thinking about losing your friend, and like, so I had to go, but I have to go back to work. Like, unfortunately / fortunately, like the world moves on.
We can't just stop it. Yeah. You want to be able to, we just, unfortunately, like society's not there yet, at least for people where we're at on the totem pole of society, like, or financially speaking.
So that's where I was just in a situation where I was like, the show must go on. I have to kind of push forward. And I'm working through this internally, but I have to sort of compartmentalize as best possible and just kind of, like you were saying, kind of fall into those, not like kind of put myself into a compartment of apathy or like indifference or just kind of like a non-reactive, state where I'm just focusing on the now and just recognizing whatever's happening. This is what's important, not what happened to me previously or what's going on in my life otherwise, and just kind of like focusing on the now and just like this is where I'm in the moment. What everything else that's defining my reality otherwise isn't necessarily important here, and it shouldn't be shading these moments. And it's really hard to like keep that mindset. But like I was trying, and then I was like, I was trying to. I kind of threw myself into activities this week, dude. Like my mission this week, like if my mission has been to get this camera. So I found a camera underneath my bed. It belonged to Mike. I have 4 tapes from it, and I have a couple of like VHS tapes that also have things from the past on them. So this week I was just like, I need to find a VCR. I need to find one of those cool adapters where you can put the like special cassette in there and play it. I also need to get this camera working. How am I going to do that? So I've been going through all these motions, kind of like throwing myself into this side quest.
Yeah, I feel you, dude. Yeah.
And like through the side quest, I feel like I've been able to get a lot out, and sort of like there's been like catharsis through that, like just discovering little things, like getting little bits of like those, just like like small bursts of like joy, or like I feel like it's rewarding to make some sort of progress with that stuff. But it's been hard, man. And then but like recently, like previously I bought tickets to a comedy show. I had never been to a comedy show in my entire life. I've always wanted to go. I love comedy, but Olin Rogers, he's really big on YouTube, he was really, really big on YouTube for a while. And then he made a show called Final Space that ran for 3 seasons. I think he's hilarious, and I really like him. And I just kind of like identify a lot with him, and like his story means a lot to me because it's similar to like to us, and like what, the kind of thing we're doing, where it's like, you just do what you can and keep trying and don't give up, and like your resilience will pay off and you're going to do it. And, you see someone like him, and he's similar to us and did the sort of thing that he wanted to do, like we're doing, and was successful. Recently, though, his show was canceled. Now he's like hitting the road, and he's doing comedy, and he's like telling stories live. So I was like, that's perfect for me. I was like, here's this person who like I identify with. He like it's just like, it's touching, like I really appreciate his story. I'm gonna go see him live. So I bought tickets, and like my girlfriend and I were gonna go. We were all excited. We got a hotel and everything. And then we had this, just like trauma bomb dropped on me, or I'm just like, what do I do? How am I gonna feel? Is it okay to go to a comedy show now? Like, so like I was going through all that, and like, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. And it's just so weird to feel something like that, and then kind of put yourself into like that little the compartment of like, I'm allowed to feel joy. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, it's good.
You're allowed to take that piece of you that is suffering and just kind of box it for that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like where you like, because it doesn't define us. Like, just as much as we loved Mike and, loved the friendship with him, but like our friendship with Mike wasn't like what completely defined who we were as people. So we can kind of package those feelings and moments and, try to still live. It's obviously very tough right now. I mean, it seeps out.
Exactly, dude. Like there are like the multiple reasons for that too. It's like Mike's not a person who would be like, you better be miserable, like he would joke. No way, I'm sure he like if Mike were here right now, he would make jokes about it and be like, you better be miserable forever for me. And like Mike would like
Mike would just look down and go like that, like little like lip thing he used to do when show his teeth. Like, is that what you want me to do right now, Mike?
But yeah, like we know that, like, okay, what it's like, when you break up with someone and people are always like, oh, there's no better way to get over someone than to get under someone or whatever. It's like what better way to get through grief than to find joy wherever you can, So it's like all we can do whenever I can possibly like take a bite of that apple, whenever like that tree is ripe and it's dropping them on my head, like I'm gonna, embrace it because I don't know how many I'm gonna get. So I was just like, yeah, we're gonna do this. And we did. So we went, and it was a great show. And like, My girlfriend actually met Olin Rogers' girlfriend in the bathroom, and they were talking and stuff. Like,
That's awesome.
it was just so funny, and it was a good time, and I had such a good night, and I had like and it's so stupid. It's so stupid because I know it's the right thing to do. You go and you live your life and you do fun things. You try to, find joy. But I still found myself kind of feeling guilty, and I like recently I found myself kind of like after the fact kind of falling into like this little like mini guilt pit every once in a while where I'm like, oh, I don't think that's okay. Like I can't be happy yet. I was like, but when is it appropriate? Because like
when's gonna be my time?
When's gonna be my time? Yeah, because
I
like,
feel you.
Well, because there's a part of my brain that mistakes feeling joy for forgetting about someone. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's as if I'm not honoring the memory of my friend by living. And it's like that's not the truth. I know that, but there's a part of my body that's just like you better feel bad forever. And I'm like, I know that's not going to be okay. Like that's not the case.
That's definitely not the answer.
Yeah.
Just what.
And I know that.
I almost feel it's definitely it's like a societal impression I think that's placed upon us. Like you have to like grieve a certain way. Like we were talking about that last week, how we struggled with like how we grieve and how we embrace and how we understand things. And I think that it's all those things that are kind of just built into our psyche from living, in a society. But like seriously though, like it's just like the expectations we set for ourselves is because of what other people have set, and it's weird. It's just a weird thing.
It is weird. So what, like, I obviously, like, you had some issues working on stuff today, this week. I also had a bunch of issues working on things. And like, when I did take the time to sit down, I found myself being really distracted. We together worked on a cover song.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you brought up that whole camera thing, it made me realize that I literally did that probably as a way of like for Mike, for sure. Like, I mean, like, so yeah, like I laid down some music, you laid down some beautiful vocals, and we'll just tighten that thing up and put it out there. But it was cool to do that. And it was I don't know, like that chorus melody was getting me for a while, like just how somber it is. And, and like, but yeah, like I definitely correlate that song with Mike a lot. It's weird. Not so much lyrically. I mean, there are certain lyrics that,
you know what's funny, dude? Is okay. So we were doing a cover of After Dinner Payback. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
After Dinner Payback by From Autumn Ashes. And it's funny because like that was one of the songs. So if you listen to the song, it's primarily screamed. Like it's just a lot of screaming, and then there's like a melodic kind of high pitched backup vocals that kind of comes in and then disappears and then comes back. As a kid, when I would listen to that with Mike, I'd only ever sing the backup vocals. So, like, I never even thought about what the song was about. I was just like, rah, 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 rah. Like, I never thought about it at all. Like, I was like, that's his part. I'm going to do, like, the backup part, and he'll also do the backup part, because that's how Mike was.
Yeah. I'm all the parts.
I'm every part. I am this song. But, yeah, dude, same thing, though. Like, that song, along with so many other songs, like they remind me of Mike, and like that song very much does. But you know what, dude? I was so like singing it now and like doing it melodically and doing it like the acoustic version with you. I was like, these lyrics are very much like when we get in our own way and have like imposter syndrome, and we're like, I can't do this, I suck, and we feel bad and we hate ourselves, and we're just throwing our heart away. And like that's literally what it is. It's just like, and I mean and we do that week after week where like we don't get enough done, or we don't get
After Dinner Payback should have been our anthem from the start, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, it's really weird if you listen.
It's weird how that song just worked its way into us, though. That's weird. That's funny.
Yeah,
because I know exactly what he even says it.
Yeah,
when stalling means too fucking scared to create. And
exactly.
Like, there's like a lot. There's definitely a lot of that.
Yeah, when stalling means too scared. Yeah. So I mean, and that's what I kept getting. Like as I was singing it, I was like, that's exactly how I feel. Where it's like whenever I get down on myself and I start feeling like insecure about what I'm creating and stuff, and I like that the total overwhelming indecision of like what to do and what's the right way to do something, and am I good enough, am I not good enough, and all those random thoughts, they keep you still and you just get nothing done, and you're basically throwing away, it's like discarded, worthless, throw it away, that's what
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then
down. Yeah.
Yeah, and you abandon
Not
your work.
worth the effort. Yeah, for sure.
Like, so the whole song, and that's what I was getting, like, when I was singing, I was like, holy crap, you know, and it was like really like hitting me that way. But I've never identified with that song in any personal or like direct way. It was just a song that I like to sing the background vocals to because it was fun to do that voice.
And Mike in the front, he was going and then throwing his air guitar down to it. Yep.
Oh yeah. But yeah, dude, so doing that cover was a lot of fun. I did like a Finch cover, and like I've been playing so much music. Yeah, I did Letters to You, and like I've been playing The Best of Me, which is okay. So Mike and I played The Best of Me by The Starting Line in our high school talent show, and I've been looking for the talent show tape everywhere. I've been asking people, Steven, I got on the telephone like an adult person. I got on a phone and I made a phone call to the school, and I was like, hello, I'm an old person. I went there 1,000,000 years ago and I would like this tape, please and thank you. And the woman on the phone was very nice. She was an assistant principal. And she told me, she took my information, or at least she pretended to take my information. I don't know. She could have done nothing. She could have just been like, yeah, hey, what's your name? Oh, Anthony, love you, got it. And just like repeating it back to me. But I don't know. So I
feel like I remember that there were school computers filming the talent show.
Yeah,
like I feel like I remember that. Yeah,
well, I know they filmed it because like they showed a small portion of it on the news the next day, like on the morning news. They showed like a little clip of it and stuff. So I think the AV people were filming that stuff. I don't know if they keep it for that long though. You know, like maybe they do. Maybe they have an archive and they're just like, blah, throw it in that drawer and let it collect dust until this guy comes. You know, but dude, I don't know. So I hopped on Facebook. I found like high school alumni group and like went on there and I asked, and you know, people were really nice. People were like tagging their friends and they're like, oh, I think you went to that school around this time and all this stuff. And one person said, I might have that specific talent show from that year. And I was like, okay, like
that's awesome.
That'll be amazing. So, dude, I don't know if they do, but if they do, that'll be incredible. So I'm trying to stay like cautiously optimistic.
We would also get besides Starting Line, there'd be Enter Sandman too, right?
Yes. Cool. If we find this tape of the talent show, Steven and Tommy and like this, like their band will be on there, and then Mike and I will be on there. It's gonna be so cool. Like I'm dying for it, dude. I'm trying not to get too excited, but I know it exists. I know someone out there has a tape of this. It might even be in Mike's belongings. You know what I mean? Like one will eventually reveal itself is what I'm imagining.
It exists in the world.
It exists somewhere in the world, so I'm gonna get it at some point. That's what's going to happen. But I've been doing the work. I've been trying really hard to get it. So that's what I've been spending a lot of my time just like reaching out to people and like calling people and doing that kind of thing. And then I've been trying to fix this computer. So I'm doing all this stuff. Yesterday or like last night, I did get some coloring done, and then today I got some coloring done in the parent pickup line. Actually, I'm gonna start doing that every school day, even though it's the last week. It's like the last month of school or whatever. But dude, I have like a good 40, like 30 minutes, usually 30 to 40 minutes in the car, and I can just color. I did it today.
And that line doesn't move until the kids come out. So
exactly.
You're all waiting there.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there with my car parked, and I can just color. Like otherwise I just thumb through Twitter or whatever, and I don't really, like it's so much better to actually color and just occasionally look at Twitter. I'd rather do that, But dude, so that's exciting. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna finish this page. So here's what I colored. It's so far it's looking pretty good. It's a freaking crazy page, Steven. It's a crazy page.
Page was very intimidating to draw too.
Yeah.
I think that one took me like 10 hours or something.
Yeah,
like
it's nuts. I've drawn mustaches on everyone.
On the original.
I just completely, I'm just photoshopping my face on everyone's face. No, I'm kidding. I'm not actually doing anything.
I corrupted the file and sent it to your iPad, so the original is just
It's no more, Steven. It's no more. But yeah, dude, I mean, we're going to get it done. It's obviously, we have issues, never more than, we do right now. So it's going to be
it's definitely the worst one that we've encountered during the recording. Honestly, like one of the heaviest issues I've encountered in my life in general. Yeah. So, I mean, but yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's what it's about, right? It's pushing through them and getting the stuff done like we always have and we always will.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, it's just been crazy. I was really thankful I got to go over and like so my girlfriend and I got to go
Mm,
over and see you guys, and we're gonna see each other again on Friday. That's nice. Like it's so good to have you guys. Like I love you and Tina so
absolutely.
much. Um,
We love you too.
but otherwise, have you ever seen those videos where people take a picture every single day and you just slowly watch them age over like a year or something? Where it's just like, have you ever watched those?
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
every once in a while, I will fall down a rabbit hole of just like, oh, this guy did it for 3 years. Oh, this guy did it for 4 years. Oh, this girl did it for 6. And I'm just like, this is amazing. But then I find myself doing this. It's like being in a car in a passenger seat and like someone's driving toward a wall and you're like, stop driving, stop driving. And like you see where it's going. You're like, stop this, stop what's happening right now. Cause like they're aging so progressively and it's terrible to watch because it's like it's freaking like I dread like that's like what I mean just watching death, like holy crap, like it's terrifying.
Watching decay, basically.
It
That's
is.
nuts.
It's terrifying, dude. And I was so I was like watching it. I was just like, I can't. Why am I doing this? But then I started thinking, like, wouldn't it be really cool if you just made like stories out of this? Like, why? Like, why? It's always just someone's face, but like, what if the person got bit by a vampire and like they don't cast a reflection anymore? So now you just see like there's someone leaning in with them, and then they're holding like a like a drained person. You see like the blood coming down like the invisible cheeks. Like there's so much you can do with that. And I was thinking like, wouldn't it be cool if there's just like someone who's like their computer was taking pictures of them every day, and then like they pass somehow, they die somehow, and then somehow the camera keeps taking pictures, but now it's moving. So like it's taking pictures of the wall, it's taking pictures of the closet, and you're like, okay,
Is there ghosts?
or is there a ghost? Yeah. And I was like, what if it got even darker? Where it was like it's taking pictures, but then someone else moves in, but the pictures continue, and then it's like taking pictures of the person's bed. It's taking pictures of the person, and they're like freaking out, and then it's just them, and they're just possessed by the ghost, or it's like
So the whole movie, it's a silent film, right?
it's a silent film. It would have to be.
It would just be a time lapse film, right?
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just a time lapse. Yeah, but I was like, you could do anything with this. It's so cool that. But it's crazy. I don't know. I've been watching those. I've been thinking a lot about like movies and that kind of thing because I really want to make this How to Dispatch a Vampire movie. Like I've been really thinking about it lately. I actually got screenwriting software and started writing it recently.
That's so awesome.
Because I didn't feel like working on anything else. I was just like, I wasn't in the mood to do anything. I wasn't in the mood to color. I haven't been in the mood to really watch much lately, which I hate. Like I hate when I get into that kind of funk, which I mean, it's obviously it makes sense, going through stuff, but like I've just like because I haven't been spiraling. I've just been kind of stagnant. I'm not like I'm not going like I'm not sinking into the quicksand. I'm just kind of treading in it, where I'm just like I don't feel like doing
like
anything.
You're looking ahead and you see it's just quicksand for the next 4 miles, and it's not going to pull you under, but it's going to be a pain in the ass to walk through all this, and you're just gonna have to keep.
Yeah, dude, exactly. Like I'm not Artex. I'm not going down. Like I'm gonna make it through to the other side. I know that. But right now it's just like so much just feels harder than it should be. And it's just occasionally. Just randomly it'll just hit me in like little spikes. But I don't know. So anyway, I was like trying to chase those little whimsies where I could find them. So I was like, oh, I feel like writing this thing. So I started writing that movie. I was thinking about it, and dude, like, I don't know, I'm really excited to film it. So my girlfriend Amy said I could film it in her house. And she has a really nice house for that sort of story, and I'm pretty excited. So like I was at her house. I was like taking pictures of like her door and like the different basically like sets, like different like framing different scenes. And it's just I was getting really excited for it. So I was like, that's been like on my mind lately. So I'm excited for that. But I did realize, and I have to not spiral out because I know I want to make a movie. But I was thinking that this is a really easy idea to turn into like an audio play just for fun. Like, because we can do We can do like how to dispatch a vampire, how to dispatch a werewolf, how to dispatch a zombie, and just do them.
Oh, and like do like the or like 911 what's your
The
emergency type
calls.
situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's literally just like you as Terry in every situation, and me as like a random person who has to encounter whatever various monster. So I was thinking like that's
Dude.
like what?
That's actually genius because I don't know if you've ever seen like the 911 operator videos on like TikTok, but you just do the font and then you just have two people talking, and dude, people will watch those for sure. Like that's actually pretty genius, honestly, and very simple.
That's what I was thinking. It is very simple. So okay, so this
it can at least start off that way. Maybe
that's okay. That's what I was getting at. I was gonna say so.
Yeah.
My thought is if I write this script to be mostly dialogue heavy, which it is anyway. Like it's not like I'm gonna leave out any visual gags or add them later, whatever. But if we keep it mostly dialogue, you and I can perform it on the podcast, cut that clip out, put it everywhere, and then we can do like how to dispatch a zombie and how to like different monsters and stuff, and then we'll put them out there and then see how it's received, and then maybe run a Kickstarter for the how to dispatch a vampire. And if it goes well, maybe instead of doing like the vampthology, we'll just do how to dispatch a monster as an anthology, and then just make like a simple zombie movie, like a funny zombie comedy, and it's like
cover all the horrors, horror
monsters, cover exactly, just cover all of it as like a fun.
So basically, it's basically like taking like the creature from The Absentees and just splitting him up and like just use like. I mean, I know it's much more deeper than that, but yeah, no, it's actually a really smart idea, and I think it'd be one of those things that we could do where we could cross promote with TikTok, which would be nice to actually get over to that part of the internet,
yeah, I mean, we've had none of that TikTok luck yet. I mean, I also give up on it every time, so that's my fault. I blame me. I should get back on there. I'm so bad with the social media stuff. I don't know. I feel like I started getting back into Twitter. I was like, I'm gonna get this again, and then now people are leaving Twitter to go to some other a new place that they're gonna hate in a month. I'm just like, I don't like this. Can we just stop? I know this is me being as old as I am. It's just like I've done this so many times, guys. I don't. It is like the equivalent of like crossing country and being like, go on without me. I'm not gonna make it. Like. This is how the Midwest was made. Whereas like, like people are trying to make their way across the country, like, good enough, like,
good enough.
I'm like, Twitter is not perfect. It is not by any means even great like a lot of the time. It has a lot of downfalls, a lot of pitfalls, a lot of traps, a lot of monsters, a lot of trolls, but it's good enough. I will stake my claim. I will fortify a residence there, and I will be like, this is where I live. Stop it, But it's we should expand. You're right. Like I think, and you're right though. I think that idea is pretty good for something like TikTok. I hadn't thought of that.
I'll send you some of the 911 videos I'm talking about anyway, where I've seen like joke ones, you know what I'm saying? Like where people are obviously making a joke and like, yeah, if we just use a similar format, it would be perfect. So
yeah, for sure, dude. But yeah, that's what I've been thinking about lately. I've been thinking about doing the like how to dispatch a vampire, but then like branching it out and just having, because I want the movie to start with the dispatch anyway. So it'll start with you as Terry setting up like your lunch basically, or like nighttime, but it's your lunch. So you're like setting it up and you get interrupted by this call, and that's how the movie starts, and then the movie ends with you. So like it would make sense to have a full anthology surrounding that character who talks to different people.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I don't know. I think it would be a lot of fun.
And they live in a shitty town that has a lot of monsters.
Exactly. And well, that's what it is, dude. I mean, and then, like how there are so many ideas like that where it's just like no one ever knows there are monsters. Like yeah, Hellboy exists, but he's just like a myth, and like people don't really, no one ever sees him until he's everywhere, But that's just how it works. The things that go bump in the night aren't bumping very loudly, So it's thanks to people like this dispatcher who's taking care of the stuff. So you kind of get an idea of why no one knows. All right, dude. I know it's been a week. We'll see how we do this week. I think we're doing all right given this circumstance. I
think so too. I'm really am going to try to put I think like I did spend a lot of time obviously recording that song, and
Yeah.
I think I'll be able to put more time into it this week. And we're so close to being done with the inks, and I can start shading. So we're right there. We just got to push through. This is a hard time, and we're gonna do it.
So what are you going to actually work on this week?
So I'm gonna work on finishing page 19, which is nice because every time I think I'm on the previous page, I thought I was still on page 18, but then I went to look at the script just to see what else I should add, and I'm like, oh, I am on 19 actually. But yeah, so I want to finish 19 and at least get 20 roughed. But my true heart goal is to get 19 and 20 done. So
that would be amazing.
That's just to catch up some,
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're so close. I'm going to absolutely finish that page, and I'm going to try for one more page, or at least half a page. So I'm going to finish this like crazy daunting page, and then I'm going to do one more if I can. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try. But otherwise, dude, I'm glad we're doing this. We're getting through it. I'm going to see you Friday, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too.
But
it's awesome.
Everyone, thank you so much. Thank you for watching and listening. I know it's gonna be a rough time for a little bit. We'll slowly get into our silly selves again over time. I'm sure it'll come and go. We'll see. But thank you for sticking out with us. Thank you for being here, and thank you for reaching out. As so many of you have reached out to us and said such kind, sweet things, and just like it feels amazing to know that we're actually building a colony. Like it started off as a joke, of course, but it really does feel like we have true friends here. Like there are some people who are actually hearing me say this right now, and that means a lot because I know this hasn't been like the most hilarious episode or anything, and like we're clearly going through things. So it means a lot that you would stick it out with us. Thank you for being here for us. Thank you for supporting us. Let us know what we can do for you. I know that I've been slipping a lot with like Kickstarter support and like sharing my friends' stuff. I'm trying to get back to it, but it's just like my head's all over the place. You hopefully everyone understands. But thank you for subscribing and liking and sharing and being here for us and just being our friends in general. We really do appreciate you, and we love you, and we hope to see you next week. Steven, you're the best. You're the greatest. That song was amazing.
You're the best.
You did an incredible job with the freaking music. I can't believe we haven't already put out like 1 million records. I don't know what we're doing with our lives. But thank you all so much. We hope to see you next week. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And this has been episode 89 of We Have Issues. See you next time. We're starting a new one. It's not We Have Issues anymore. I decided to just quit it. It's clearly not working out for us. It's not. We're throwing in the towel of We Have Issues. We're going to start a new podcast. I don't have a pitch yet, Steven. I don't know what our new podcast is, but it's not We Have Issues. We're going a new route. We're going to go, Steven, Band-Aids. Everybody needs them. We're a cut above the rest.
We healed the wounds. There's no issues causing the wounds.
That's right. We're here.
The wounds are just already there, and we're just here to patch them for you.
That's what we do. It's a Band-Aid. We are a Band-Aid. Isn't it funny when people are like, "Oh, that's just a Band-Aid solution"? Because the idea being that like you're just gonna bleed out eventually. You need something more than Band-Aids. But like Band-Aids are pretty handy. Like they're the most handy.
So wait, is the upgraded to that? Is it like the tourniquet solution? Like it's like one step. It's like one step above Band-Aid solution. Like this dude busted out the T-shirt and the wooden rod, and he like
he's taking his belt off.
He is stopping the blood flow.
Oh, 100%. He's going to save someone. Or do something terrible. One of these things is about to happen.
Something very, very
Either
terrible.
way. We're gonna need some Band-Aids. I don't know. All right. Yeah, Steven, we're doing fine. We're doing fine. We're just slowly getting the people, Steven. We need the grandmas again. We need to start talking about the grandparents again. We lost them. We got to
appeal to the boomer generation.
How do we do it, Steven?
I think there's like buzzwords. I don't know. We can probably hit him with some buzzwords.
Okay. Are you saying like we have to like dog whistle kind of like boomers to get them riled up?
Yes. But hold on, the dogs are gonna be crazy right now because Tina just got home. But
literal dog whistles. I didn't mean to do it. I was just
you just like whistled and the dog started freaking. But yeah, like, but see, we have to be clever with the buzzwords because we don't want people to think that we agree with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't
100%.
want that because we don't.
We want to
We're just trying to get there.
Yeah, we want to trick the dumber people into thinking we agree with them. And then like
Sure.
like if there's a way for like us to trick the dumb people into thinking we agree with them while letting everyone else know like, oh my gosh, you're in on this joke. They're just giving us like follows and subscribers. If we could do that, we would win. We'd win the internet. But
these two young men completely connected every generation together with one love.
They are the
Band-Aid.
They just like one big Band-Aid over the wound of society, Steven. That's what we're doing.
One banana shaped Band-Aid and one orange shaped tourniquet.
Aw. Tina looks so
She's
nice.
saying hi. Ladies and gentlemen, you haven't had this moment in a while, the wild card hour. I don't really have anything to show you, but I love you guys. I'm thankful for you guys. You've all reached out and touched me here. I'm thankful for the camaraderie, the support, all of it. You guys are incredible. It's been a tough week. It's been a tough one, but I'm gonna get back on track, everybody. I promise. I will get the last 4 pages done, and we will get Deathless into your hands. I promise. I love you guys.
Was that like the Steven Sexy Hour? Is that what happened? Were you
no,
like...
it was, I think I was trying to, and then I got sad for a second,
Yeah.
but no, it's good.